Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I'm going to be breaking down another duel from the CDL qualifiers, this time Mage versus Priest. And I get that reaction because you guys know that watch the CDL qualifiers. I went 0-2 versus the Priest. It was the one class out of every single class that I did not beat, so this video is going to look a little bit different. This video we're going to go over my loss and look at what I could have done better, right? What I could have done better to maybe make that loss into a win and see what we can learn and dissect from the gameplay, even though it didn't go our way. I know you guys like when we upload losses on the channel, not just wins, but losses as well, so we can be like, what happened, right? We're not going to be that YouTuber that only uploads all their wins and their highlight reels, okay? This is real World of Warcraft, darn it, okay? We lose sometimes, and that's okay, but we're going to learn from it. All right, we're hopping into the first duel. We got Trixter here, whose gear is probably pretty similar to mine. First global, I'm casting Polymorph. This is up for debate. I've been considering a different opener onto the Priest a lot recently. Is the Polymorph opener correct? The pros of the Poly opener: I can put up Detect Magic, I can rebuff myself, and then I can open up with a free Frostbolt when his Power Word Shield fades. The cons of the Poly opener: he gets the Shadow Word Pain first global, and he pretty much breaks through my first Ice Barrier for free before I could even open up onto him. Is it worth it? The more and more I'm thinking I should just open up with Fire Blast, Detect Magic like a lot of my other openers, instead of trying to Poly the Priest first and then opening. Because he's real, like, look at this. Polymorph, he dispels me. He gets 2 globals off, right? He gets the Shadow Word Pain, and he gets the Dispel. He gets 2 of my buffs. He's polyed. I go max distance. I rebuff myself up with the rank 1 versions of the buffs. I cast Frostbolt and I resheep him because his Absorb doesn't break yet. And look at me, guys. I'm at 85% life maybe? 88% life, something like that. And the duel hasn't even begun, right? This is a very Priest heavy matchup. I'm at 88% life and the duel has not begun. I cast Frostbolt again. Once again. Doesn't break the shield, so we resheep. Guys, I haven't even broken through his Power Word Shield. He's only done 1 global to me, that is Shadow Word Pain. I am at 80% life now. My first barrier's done. He's going through my second barrier. The duel has not even begun, and I don't even have my buffs up. I'm reconsidering my opener versus Shadow Priest to not even go for the Polymorphs. Not going for the Polymorphs would mean I start with a Fire Blast into a Detect Magic. Maybe that would be better. Let's see what ends up happening, though. We open with the Frostbolt into the nade, and we get him to 86%. The nade lands, Frostbolt lands. We get a little bit more damage. He uses Fire Reflector. We don't use any fire spells. He used the Frost Reflector, but I should really do is cancel that, but it does go off. He reflects 1 Frost ability. It's not the end of the world. We blink up onto him. We use the Barovs. Maybe a slight misplay. Could wait for the Fear, then use the Barovs, right? Using the Barovs, then blinking on top means he can fear us. We're using the Shadow Reflector here. He sees that, and he doesn't use anything into the Shadow Reflector. He goes for the Silence Mind Blast. We block it. So this is really where the duel went south, right? Let's rewind. Let's rewind. Let's rewind. Right here. Right. Right here. Frostbolt gets reflected. That hurts. Okay, so I guess the very start of the duel, open up with Fire Blast into Detect Magic, and you're going to get to this position a lot sooner with a lot healthier life total, with a lot more health and mana. So my number 1 tip, let's cancel out that Poly opener, okay? Let's just go with the Fire Blast, Detect Magic, and start the duel from there, and go with the rank 1 Frostbolt, Nova, Kona Cold, and really start rushing him down. When he fears, that's when you'd use the Barovs. So instead, we blink, we use the Barovs. He fears us. We will, whatever, that happens. Thorium Nade comes out. He gets the damage. We should have blocked maybe before the Thorium Nade. Mind Blast comes out, and we block. Something else, I also used the Shadow Reflector. I gave you guys this tip against the Warlock in the Mage versus Warlock duel. A very good time to use Shadow Reflector is out of your block. If you use Shadow Reflector outside, right, when you get out of block, the Priest can't put up dots, or if he does, he gets reflected, right? If you reflect a Silence against a Priest, it's a very, very good thing for you. If you reflect a Mind Blast, it's great. If you reflect a Shadow Word Pain, it's great. If you reflect nothing, like I did, it's terrible. Don't do that, right? I reflected nothing here. Kona Cold comes out. He dispels us. We get a Re-Kona Cold at the snap. We get the Re-Barrier. We're trying to burst him down. We use that tuber, trying to turn the tides a little bit. Arcane Explosion. My Bravs got 0 value because they got feared, right? We want to save that fear. We block, going for a sheep onto the priest, and we go down. So this is just not good. This was not good, right? Like, I'm pretty disappointed with my gameplay here. This is the one matchup on the post interview in the CDL. I was like, I don't like how I played that one, right? It was pretty unfortunate with a lot of the different things that happened in the duel, but overall, starting without the polymorph, starting with Fire Blast, Detect Magic, and starting the duel hard with a lot of pressure. 2, waiting until the fear to use the Barovs, or at least try to bait the fear before using the Barovs. So stay stacked on the priest, then he fears, then you will, then use the Barovs, that'd be perfect. 3, don't use the Shadow Reflector till after the block. Block, Shadow Reflector, then he's going to have a higher chance to put up Shadow Repaint on himself. When he does so, then you can counterspell and burst into it. That would be much, much better use of that Shadow Reflector. You need to get something crucial against the Priest. Like, against the Warlock, we got the Shadow Burn Reflect. Against the Priest, we need to reflect the Silence. We need to reflect at least a Mind Blast or a Shadow Repaint. At least that, right? To make it worth it against the Priest. Number 4, if the Priest is running Frost Reflector and Frost Reflector and Fire Reflector, you want to make sure not to reflect that into yourself. So I needed to inspect his trinkets before the duel, see what he was running, and then not hit myself with that Frost Bolt. But you know, it always could happen. And I think besides that, that was maybe about it. I mean, the rest of the duel was fine. We played on it. We got him to 40%, close to out of mana. But overall, could have done a lot better. Like I said, though, guys, we did duel twice in every single matchup, and now that first duel was the one I got close. Of course, the second duel I have no Cold Snap, no Ice Block, no Barovs, no Shadow Reflector. This next duel is just bad, right? Next duel was just not good. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all to say. I don't know if I even want to show this next duel because there's not much to learn. I was just essentially trying to stall for more cooldowns and slowly dwindle down the priest. That was my strategy, and it didn't quite work out for us, so we can maybe briefly go through it. I poly the priest, I'm playing far, rebuffing up, going to just kind of wait out my cooldowns, trying to at least get a block. I have an Arena Grandmaster and that chicken to, you know, if things go in my way, I can maybe take them out. 3 sheeps here on the priest, we sheep off that Power Word Shield, and we get the Frostbolt into the nade, and the nade resists. Oh man, this duel is just not going well. The Shadow Repaint, guys, from the Priest is literally, he hasn't gotten a single ability off besides the Shadow Repaint, right? He hasn't casted a Mind Blast, Mind Flay, Wand, nothing. The Shadow Repaint has gotten me almost a half HP in the time I've opened. That's why this matchup's hard, man. That Shadow Repaint is insane. 287 damage per Shadow Repaint tick. Trying to Band-Aid in between ticks here, get like 1 tick. And then I'm trying to just kite the Priest out, get some food and shrink ticks if I can. We counterspell and the counterspell resists. Go for the polymorph, he max range, so we decurse ourselves. Trying to play more max range. We get a resist there, which is nice, but that Shadow Repaint just hurted so much, boys. Going for the rank 1 Frostbolt. We get the rank 1 Frostbolt, he dispels it instantly, and we're just getting ticked down. Shadow Repaint is doing work, and this Priest is doing exactly what he needs to do. He doesn't need to do anything except let that Shadow Repaint tick and then reapply it. That's all. Literally, that's it. We blink in, we sheep the Priest, he fears us, we will. Now we run far. I am almost dead. I'm almost dead, right? The duel, like, nothing has really happened. I'm almost dead just from the Shadow Repaint. We don't have the blocks, we don't have the cooldowns. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to just like eat and shrink back to full HP while running away and try to reset the duel until I have more cooldowns. But guys, this Shadow Repaint is ticking just as much as I'm eating. The Priest is back out of that polymorph. I didn't get any full health. that Kobe nade is actually pretty sick. Look at this. Look at this Kobe nade, boys. Boom! It lands and resists. So this duel, not only did I not play it perfect, but we got very, very unfortunate. We get a couple Band-Aid ticks here off, and then I can maybe go for a blink counterspell, you know, polymorph there onto the Priest, and then, you know, see what we can do from there. The diminishing return falls. We get the full polymorph. And, like, once again, I am trying to eat and shrink back up to full. I literally want to reset the duel, but a Shadow Repaint is doing more damage than I can heal through. I'm moving, I'm eating, I'm moving, I'm eating. Getting up to 800 life, the Shadow Repaint takes us down, back to 800. Shadow Repaint takes us back down. And then, like, I would love to just reset the duel from full HP, and then maybe have a chance now because I have the block coming up in 1 minute. And I just die, right? We use the Arena Grandmaster here to live a little bit longer. We use the Battle Chicken. Silence comes out. We use the Whipper Root Tuber. We're lasting a little bit longer. Priest is out of mana, so this is actually like not bad. Like if I could somehow like shave the Priest from here and then reset, like this actually isn't the worst thing ever. We have a lot of mana. Priest is Zoom. If we somehow had like 1,000 more life, right? If I could re-barrier and then protect this from getting dispelled, so I put up the barrier, I put up the Fire Ward, let me just pat myself on the back for how bad this duel wins. This was pretty freaking awesome that I'm still alive here against his Priest. 300 life. Put up the barrier, put up the Fire Ward, put up the Slow Fall, put up the rank 1 mana shield. He purges us again. We counterspell him, we go for the sheep, and I die to the Shadow Word Pain. So, Priests, they're hard. You die to the Shadow Word Pain. The Shadow Word Pain is more than every single button we have as a mage. That's brutal. Priest can Shadow Word Pain and then run away. You as a mage, even if you're eating, that Shadow Word Pain is going to do more than your eating is going to heal you. That's just brutal. It happens. What could I have done better? I think let's more talk about the first duel. We just needed to play more aggressive. I think we actually like covered a lot of that stuff in the first duel. Play more aggressive, get that Shadow Reflector off at a better time. And that second duel is more just a crazy attempt for me to come back from that loss. So yeah, that's pretty much mage versus priest in a nutshell. Guys, I hope you guys could learn something from that game. Even though we went 0-2, all right, no wins here today, unfortunately. We got wins against every other class. I'm happy about that. We're going to have to do a mage versus priest redemption video at some point in the near future. All right, that'll definitely be happening. But I hope you guys could learn something anyway from those mage versus priest matchups in my games in the CDL qualifiers. Guys, thumbs the video up if you liked it. Thumbs it down if you didn't. Talk to me on Instagram and Twitter to stay up to date. Follow me down below. And let me know what type of videos you guys want to see in the upcoming future. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.